Fisk unit. Fisk unit. Fisk unit. Ha! What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Church of Giants, episode number 8. It feels good, man. It really does. It feels good. No disrespect to my co-host. Shout out to Kyle Pizzle, the 60-minute man, the sharpest sports bettor on the planet. Shout out to the notorious RON, your favorite stepfather. Shout out to Ron Effect. But damn, it feels good to be by myself. It does. It feels good to have this pulpit all to myself for a change. Normally when I go live, ever since I decided to do the Giants Outsiders podcast, the only time I really go live is with them. And you know, I'm a good teammate. I like to share the spotlight. I like to make sure Pizzle get his shit off. I like to make sure Ron Effect get his shit off. And we form like Voltron and we give y'all a great show every Wednesday. But as I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. Sometimes being Fist Vegas is a way for me to vent. I don't believe in therapy. I don't believe in sharing insecurities with women and things of that nature. So sometimes in order for me to get things off my chest, I got to put my mask on. I got to go live and I got to talk to y'all. Very few people get a chance to know me the way y'all do. And that's the beauty of me not showing my face. That's the beauty of me giving you radio style content, is I could kind of speak in private but publicly. So sometimes I do deviate, I get a little personal. Sometimes I do go on rants that have absolutely nothing to do with sports because damn it, I need to get things off my chest. And what I want to do with the Church of Giants podcast is I want to give y'all an opportunity to get things off of your chest. You know, normally when y'all send super chats in and y'all ask me questions, it's primarily Giants related. And there's nothing wrong with that because this is a Giants show. But if you're going through something, you got an issue at work, ask me about it. You got a problem with your girl, ask me about it. If somebody in your circle is moving funny, ask me about it. You got a business deal you need to close or an idea you got, ask me about it. I'm an open book. One of the things I wanted to do on my YouTube platform is I wanted to help people. I didn't just want to be a Giants content creator who comes on here and talks about the Giants and offers you no substance. I wanted to bring substance to the channel. I wanted to bring substance to the brand. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of what I want to do with the Church of Giants is do that. I want to teach y'all something. Once a week, I want to teach you something. I want you to learn something. I want to make you a better person, a smarter person. You see, the thing with the internet is this, right? You got all this red pill content and you got all these people who talk about things that they don't live. They give you advice that you can't use. Nothing annoys me more than some rich guy trying to tell broke men how to pull women. It's not life. Nothing annoys me more than some guy with a six-pack trying to tell people how to get in shape. We are not the same. You have to be able to tailor your message to your audience. So one of the things that I'm going to do on the Church of Giants is I'm going to give you gems. I'm going to give you messages that you could apply to your everyday life. No matter how big, how small, how rich, how poor, how happy, how sad. My messages will be universal. I want to make sure everybody can understand them. You understand? So what we're going to do is remember my format. Every week, I have a couple messages for y'all, a couple things I want to talk about, a couple things I want to get off my chest that are Giant related. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, we can get to the super chats. But seeing as we got one super chat in the queue right now, it's a simple question. I'll go ahead and answer that before I go into my opening rant. Shout out to Jonathan. Shout out to Jonathan. He says, I got deep ties to Barstool. Would you ever do a show? I would love to work with Barstool. Tell Barstool holla at Big Fist, man. Tell Barstool holla at Big Fist. I'd love to do a show with Barstool. You feel me? I would absolutely freaking love to do a show with Barstool. Tell them holla at Big Fist, come talk. I'm definitely want to do a show with Barstool. Let them know. Big Fist is available. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I want to get into my first message of the day. And that first message is about timing. It's all about timing. You see, here's the deal. In life, nothing comes easy. In life, nothing comes easy. I'm going to say it again. In life, nothing comes easy. You see, there's an angel and there's a demon. Okay? The demon is the easy part. The demon comes to you with smiles. The demon comes to you and tells you everything you want to hear. The demon gives you a choice. You see, the demon gives you a choice. The angel gives you a time. 9 out of 10 times when that demon gives you a choice, you got to sell your soul. You got to sacrifice something. You have to do something the wrong way. You feel me? When I give you an example, when the demon attacks you, the demon comes in the form of a friend. The demon comes in the form of a smile. The demon doesn't come to you in its natural form because you'll reject him. The demon tells you everything you want to hear. He promises to give you everything you want, but you got to do it the wrong way. A couple of years ago, Dave Gettleman, he took the demon up on an offer. He ruined the Cat. He got Adoree. He got Galladay. He gave Cat the big contract. He did everything he could to do it the quick way. He took the easier way out. He listened to the demon. And what did it cost Gettleman? It cost him his job, it cost him his career, and it ruined the Cat. Whereas you have the angel. The angel does not make you a promise. The angel gives you a time. The angel says, when its time is right, when you're ready, when you're prepared, I will give you what you asked for. That's what Joe Shane did. He didn't force it. When he took the job, he didn't try to clean up Dave Gettleman's mess overnight. My man Joe Shane was patient. He didn't go get Jerry Jeudy. He didn't go get Chase Claypool. He picked up Isaiah Hodgins. He didn't sit there and try and make Kadarius Toney work. He didn't want to sacrifice his program for the greater good. The Giants were in desperate need of receiver. He traded the best one we had because he was patient. He knew when the time was right, when he was ready, the team would fall in place. And on August 28th, 2 weeks before the season start, the Giants have one of the best rosters in the entire NFL. There is not one hole on that defense, from the secondary to the linebackers to the front 7 pass rush. The Giants have a top 5 to 10 player at every stinking position group. When you go to the offense, the Giants have a great tackle tandem, and we have a good center, and we have a Pro Bowl tight end. We have a great quarterback. We have a top 5 running back. We have the fastest man on the planet besides Usain Bolt at wide receiver. We have a great slot receiver in Paris Campbell. And we got a plethora of other slot receivers that I don't even feel like listening right now. We lack for nothing. We need nothing because we did it the right way. We were patient. We waited for the right time. We didn't sacrifice our souls to win in the short term. We didn't take the short-term gratification and got no results. We did it the right way and let things fall in place. Shout out to my man, Joe Shane. Remember that. When you pray for something, when you ask for something, the prayer is received and you're given a time. It says, when the time is right, when you are prepared and you can handle it, I will give it to you. The demon doesn't work that way. The demon will give you exactly what you want when you're not ready, when you're not prepared, and it'll all go to shit because you weren't supposed to have it. It's as simple as that. When you plant and harvest, when you grow crops, you don't feed them a day after you plant them. They have to grow. It takes time. Remember that. Never forget that. When it's too easy, it's for a reason. Shout out to Joe Shane, because at the end of the day, Dave Gettleman had 4 or 5 years to fix this offensive line, and he couldn't do it. Joe Shane did what Dave Gettleman couldn't do in one season. It took Joe Shane a season to get this offensive line to the point where we can have a competent offense. Within one season, Joe Shane got us Evan Neal and got us Smiths. Dave Gettleman missed on Nate Solder. He missed on Will Hernandez. He missed on Pert. He missed on Lemieux. He never could get that line right. Joe Shane did it in a season with no money. None. Joe Shane took over the worst cap situation in modern history. And now we're scheduled to have 50, 60 million in cap space next season? With all of our best players signed? Dexter is signed. Danny is signed. Weiler is signed. I mean, my gosh. I know we got the Saquon situation, which I'm about to get to in a minute. But if you just look at the position that the Giants are in going into the season, as a fan who's been through hell, I'm talking free sodas, QB sneaks, Joe Judge rants, Dave Betcher defensive bullshit, and most importantly, boat trips and McAdoo glasses. For the past 6 seasons, we have been through hell as Giants fans. It's nice to see paradise. Can we all agree on that? Can you really imagine being where we were under Shermer, under McAdoo, under Judge? I was looking at the preseason game versus the Jets. I'm watching the preseason game, and I'm seeing Pert and I'm seeing Lemieux in the huddle. And all I could think about was Joe Judge and Dave Gettleman telling me that's the future right side of my fucking offensive line. Let that sink in, Giants fans. Just one short year ago, we were hoping that Pert and Lemieux would anchor the right side of our offensive line. Could you imagine? Look at how far we've come. We went from having Jaylen Brown and freaking that 7th round linebacker who I can't even remember, to having Bobby Okereke and Isaiah Simmons heading our linebacking core. Kayvon on the left, Ojulari on the right. We are flawless on defense. There's not a hole on defense. Trey Hawkins, Deontay Banks, and Adoree. That's a great young cornerback tandem. Pinnock, McKinney at the safety position. There's not a hole on our defense. Not one. Where's the hole on the defense, Giants fans? Where is it? And offensively, we've got Kafka, we've got Dable. All I heard from the beat reporters was wide receivers were just open everywhere. The Giants' passing concepts are impeccable. Daniel Jones was having trouble figuring out who he wanted to let eat because everybody's mouth was open because they were all open. It's a new day. It's a new day, and we deserve it. We deserve this shit. We've been through hell, man. QB sneaks? Really? Come on, man. Every freaking draft, Dave Gettleman gets laughed at. Every freaking offseason, the Giants are picked to be 4th in the division. It's about damn time we get some respect out here. It's about damn time. And as a Giants fan, it feels good. Feels good. And I see y'all super chats. I'm about to get to my second message, and I'm going to read y'all super chats off and let y'all dictate the show. But I'm going to say one more thing about timing. I'm going to say one more thing. I'm going to put this first message, I'm going to wrap it up in a bow. Did you see what the Cowboys did on Saturday? Did y'all see that? When I talk about timing, it's not just about us. It's about the opposition. It's about the enemy. The Cowboys' run is over. Jerry Jones, he copped out. He copped out. Jerry Jones just told you he don't believe in Dak. Dak is 24-4 in the NFC East. I'm going to say it again because it's not just the Giants who Dak Prescott has been sunning since he came into the league. Dak is 24-4 versus the NFC East. We have never beaten Dak Prescott since his rookie season. Since the boat trip season, we have not beat Dak. It's been 8 years. He's about to be in Atlanta next year. He'll be in Tampa Bay next year. Next season, the Giants' only competition will be Jalen Hurts. There will be Sam Howell in Washington and Trey Lance in Dallas. It's falling in place. It's falling in place, Giants fans. It's falling in place. You got Washington rebuild, Dallas rebuild. Our only competition are the Eagles. That's it. That's it. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you, Giants fans. Here's the catch. Here's the kicker. Here's the kicker with our competition being the Eagles. Here's the kicker. Daniel Jones is not scared of the Eagles. Last year, he swept us because our team was bad. But if you remember, Daniel Jones in the pandemic season owned the Eagles. He slipped on a 90-yard run. But if Evan Ingram catches that ball, we beat the Eagles in Philly on Thursday. A couple weeks later, Daniel Jones played the Eagles again, and he had like a 30-yard touchdown run where he juked a safety. Daniel Jones, the following season, beat the fuck out of the Eagles with a broken neck. The last game Daniel Jones played in 2021, he beat the Eagles with a broke neck. Daniel Jones has been giving the Eagles the business since he came into the league. Do not let last year's bullshit fool you. Last year, the Giants were a glorified practice squad team going against a super team, a fucking mutt team in the Eagles. Don't let it fool you. Daniel Jones is not owned by the Eagles. He could take it to the Eagles and he could beat the Eagles. This is not the Eli Manning era where they found ways to beat us with Deshaun Jackson punt returns. It's not that. Daniel Jones has played relatively well versus the Eagles since he's gotten drafted by the Giants. So once again, timing. Everything's falling in place. As the Cowboys fall, the Giants rise. I love it. Oh, and by the way, nobody repeats in the NFC East. So you got the Eagles who won it last year. The Cowboys are falling. The Washington is a joke. Doesn't it just make sense for the Giants to win the division next season? Doesn't it just make sense for the Giants to win the 2023 NFC East championship? Don't it just make sense? Makes sense to me. Moving on to message number 2. I'm going to need y'all to hit that like button. We 165 deep in here. Let's go ahead and get to 100 likes. Run that like button up. I'm going to get the y'all super chats after this message because we got to address Saquon Barkley. Now, here's the deal. All right, here's the deal. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, Saquon Barkley came out and he talked about he wants to be a Giant for life. Saquon Barkley, once again, is talking about his contract situation, and Saquon Barkley is once again talking about being a Giant for life. Now, I think Saquon Barkley watches my content, so I'm going to be nice. I am. The following message is only to help Saquon and help people who watch my show. Because the message that I'm about to deliver to Saquon, you can apply this in your everyday life. Remember, I promised you, my messages will be universal. They will be Giant centric, but you can apply these messages in everyday life. Okay? Now, Saquon Barkley, okay? I'm going to get straight to the point because you're talking too much again. You didn't learn from your mistakes of last season. The main reason why we got upset with Saquon Barkley as Giants fans is because this is the rhetoric that he spewed in January when we lost to the Eagles. Never in a million years did I think that Saquon would be the one to not get signed, threaten to hold out, get spicy in the media. I didn't see that out of Saquon. I didn't see it. I really, really didn't. Now, the problem with Saquon is he folded. He folded. So there's two messages that I want to give to Saquon Barkley. I think he needs to hear this, and whoever represents Saquon Barkley needs to hear this. Lesson number one, Saquon, rule 4 of the 48 laws of power. Say less. Control your words, Saquon. See, here's the problem, Saquon. You're talking too much. You always say less than necessary. Okay, the more you try to impress with words, the more you try to win over people with words, the dumber you sound. The more likely it is you're bound to say something stupid. Okay, the more you talk, the more you expose, the more damage you do to whatever the fuck you're trying to accomplish. Say less. Okay, if you can't control your words, you can't control your actions, and that makes you weak and unworthy of respect. What does Saquon Barkley do? Saquon Barkley could not control his words. He goes on podcasts and he threatens holdouts. He threatens to say, fuck my teammates, fuck the Giants, but I'm not going to do that. He sent out an empty threat. Okay? A man who cannot control his words also cannot control his actions. Within a fucking week of Saquon Barkley making empty threats, he returned to camp. He returned to camp. What did I just say 60 seconds ago? A man who cannot control his words cannot control his actions. Saquon Barkley, rule number 5, 48 laws of power. Protect your reputation, Saquon. You damage your reputation by reporting to camp without a holdout. You were supposed to make a statement. You were supposed to stand on the words that you put into the universe and let the Giants know you mean business. You didn't do that. You broke rule number 4 and you broke rule number 5. What the fuck are we doing, bro? And I'm not trying to rip you, Saquon, because I honestly felt bad about the shit that I said about you because I love Saquon. He's one of my favorite Giants. I didn't like doing that. So what I'm trying to do today is hopefully get Saquon Barkley to understand that he fucked himself this offseason and he should probably take what the Giants give him if he wants to be a Giant in February. Because the problem, Saquon, is because you can't control your words and you want to throw Daniel Jones under the bus, you want to make your case publicly and say, I'm the Derrick Henry of this team, I'm the Christian McCaffrey of this team. Since you want to say all these things and then go on podcasts and make empty threats about holding out, you were supposed to stand on that, Saquon. By you not standing on that, Saquon, you showed the Giants that you're weak. You showed the Giants that they shouldn't fear you. Let me tell you a little story real quick. I'm a pretty boy. I know. Why does Fitz Vegas continue to talk about what he looks like and he doesn't show his face? Suck my dick. Fuck you too. But I'm a pretty boy. Okay. Now, growing up, I grew up in the 90s. I grew up in the early 2000s. We fought. You had to have a knuckle game. There was no guns. There was no shooting people. We weren't there. That's not my era. You had to fight people. You had to be tough when I was growing up, right? Now, because I'm a pretty boy and because I like to laugh and have a lot of fun, people wouldn't take me serious. So rule number 5, it says protect your reputation. It's not even a rule. Shang Tzu says when you're far, appear close, and when you're close, appear far. When you're vulnerable, attack. When you're not vulnerable, play defense. You got to keep the opposition guessing. So in order for me to get respect, in order for me to actually be able to function at school, function in the neighborhood, when I got into a fight, when I got into an altercation, I had to go an extra mile. I had to really hurt people. I had to send a message that ain't shit sweet over here. If I got you on the ground, I gotta stomp you a little bit more. If I pull out a weapon, I actually had to use it. I had to do these things. If a group of people talk to me, even if I got my ass kicked, I had to go over there and shoot the fair one with 3 or 4 dudes. I had to prove to my peers that I'm not sweet. I had no choice. I always had to do a little bit more to prove myself because I'm good looking and I smile a lot and I get all the girls. Nothing's worse than being a pretty boy, especially when you're light skinned. It don't help. I always had to do a little bit more to protect my reputation. I always had to do a little bit more because if I didn't, nobody would take me serious. If I didn't, I'd have to fight, get punked and bullied on the school bus, on the walk home, recess at the playground. I would always get shit if I didn't protect my reputation. Saquon, when you make empty threats, when you say you're going to do something, you have to do it, even if you don't want to, Saquon. Because now, what is your leverage in February? This is my whole thing. And this is why I got so angry with Saquon a couple weeks ago. It's because I couldn't understand how he was moving. There was no strategy. It wasn't coordinated. Nothing he did to me makes sense. So you have the most leverage this offseason. This was the offseason Saquon Barkley had the most leverage because Daniel Jones has not gone ape shit yet. Daniel Jones has not had the 30 touchdown season. He didn't go to a championship game. Daniel Jones hasn't had that season yet. He hasn't had that season yet, right? This was the one season where the media and the fan base was on Saquon Barkley's side. He had the most leverage. This was his opportunity to strike, right? He fucked it up. Now, nobody believes you. I want everybody in the chat I want you to put a B in the chat if you believe Saquon and put an L in the chat if you don't. If Saquon Barkley says, I'm going to hold out if you don't pay me $15 million, will you believe him? Will you believe him? If Saquon Barkley 6 months from now says, the Giants aren't paying me what I'm worth, I'm going to hold out, I'm going to miss games, is anybody going to believe him? This is the point I'm trying to make. You have to protect your reputation. It's everything. It's how people view you. Now, when I look at Saquon, I see a guy who can't control his words, who can't control his actions, and I can't take him serious, respectfully. So when Saquon Barkley comes out and says, I want to be a Giant for life, I don't believe you. Because the last time you said you wanted to be a Giant for life, you proceeded to go on podcasts and threaten to hold out. And then you join running back coalitions and shit and go on Zoom calls with the rest of these niggas. And you the first one to break strike. So what I'm trying to say, Saquon, is at this point, know when you're beat. Know when to fold the hand. Know when to exit the pot. At this point, bro, I fully expect Saquon to take whatever contract the Giants give him and keep it pushing. Because you have no leverage and we don't believe you. We don't. We don't. So I just can't. When I hear Saquon Barkley speak on his contract, it goes in one ear and out the other. It just does. Saquon, I'm going to leave, just in case you are listening, I'm going to leave you with one little jewel, and I want you to remember this. You really should remember this because this is the biggest mistake that you made, Saquon. It's the biggest mistake you made. And you have to learn how to plan. You see, the problem with Saquon Barkley is he made a plan. He made a plan of action. See, what Saquon Barkley did was say, this is what I'm going to do. This is my plan. This is what I'm going to do, right? That's what he did. He made a plan of action. What he didn't do is make an effective plan. You know what effective planning is, chat? Effective planning is giving yourself the most flexibility and ability to respond to different situations so you're prepared for all and any outcomes. When you plan for failure. Saquon had a plan of action. He planned for success. Great planners, effective planners, plan for failure. You plan for failure so you can adjust to the bullshit because nothing in life goes right. Everything in life fucks up. There's always a problem. That's why people go to fucking work. That's why people punch clocks because being an entrepreneur, being a boss is full of problems. You wake up to solve problems. In order to be an effective planner, you have to plan for mistakes. You have to calculate shit going wrong. Saquon Barkley didn't do that because he moved very emotionally. Everything Saquon did was reactive. The podcast, that's reactive. Joining running back coalitions, that's reactive. He was never in control of the negotiation, ever. Joe Shane was. He was. Remember, Sun Tzu says the victorious warrior wins the battle and then goes to war. Okay? While the defeated warrior goes to war and then tries to win the battle. What I'm trying to say, Saquon, is you should have planned for failure. You should have planned for Joe Shane playing hardball. You should have planned for these things. You should have planned for if you had to hold out. You should have planned for if you had to miss games. You should have been 3 steps ahead. But instead, you were moving off emotion. You were reacting to the media. You're reacting to beat reporters. You're reacting to Joe Shane. You're reacting to all these contract leaks saying cap on Twitter and shit. You weren't 3 steps ahead. And that's why you lost the negotiation. Bottom line, I'm going to say it again. Sun Tzu said it in The Art of War. Victorious warriors win the battle and then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war and then win the battle. I've been telling y'all for years, so you have to stay 3 steps ahead in life. You plan for failure. You don't plan for success. Nothing goes according to plan in life. It never does. You have to plan for failure. You have to give yourself flexibility. You have to give yourself breathing room. If you know the fuck up is coming, you can brace for it. You can't plan for shit to go right. It never goes right. Remember the first message when I talked about timing? Remember that first message I talked about timing? You only receive your blessing when you're ready. That's why I say plan for failure, because you don't know when you're ready. You might think you're ready. 50 Cent thought he was ready when he had a single with Beyonce. 50 Cent was signed to Columbia Records, had a single with Beyonce, got shot 9 times and dropped from his record label. He thought he was ready. No, he wasn't ready. 50 Cent wasn't ready until, 2003? 3 years after having a single with Beyonce, he drops Get Rich or Die Trying. Just because you think you're ready, just because you think it's your time, doesn't mean it's your time. It just doesn't. I had 11,000 subscribers 3 years ago. I had 11,000 subscribers. I thought it was my turn. I thought I was going to take off, get 20, 30,000 subscribers or whatever the fuck. What happened? My channel almost got demonetized, and I had to create Fist Vegas Red and create Fist Vegas Blue and start from scratch. Imagine having 11, 12, 13 fucking subscribers on YouTube, and you had to start from scratch. I had to start from scratch. I built Fist Vegas General Fist, which is at 9.8 thousand subscribers right now. I built that from scratch. This Giants channel, I built it from scratch. I started over. I worked my ass off to get 12,000 subscribers. I thought it was my time. I thought it was my fucking time. And it wasn't. I had to start over because my shit almost got demonetized. So in life, it's about timing. It's all about timing and planning and being prepared for shit to go wrong. You understand? So with that being said, it's time to get in to y'all super chats. Let me go over here. We got 9 super chats in the queue. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what y'all talking about. Shout out to Bojangles Fries. It's an interesting name. Go Big Blue, everyday baby. Trader Joe, best GM in the world. Yo, him getting Isaiah Simmons for a 7th round pick. I don't think y'all understand how, how great that is. Like he got Isaiah Simmons for a 7th round pick. He got Isaiah Simmons for a Brock Purdy. He literally got Isaiah Simmons for a Brock Purdy. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's insane. I love Joe Shane. Shout out to Joe Shane. Shout out to Peace and Love is God. Amen, my God. We're going to be straight. G-Men for life. You know what time it is, man. It's our turn, man. Nothing but good vibes around this team. I love this Giants team, man. Nothing but good vibes around this team. Shout out to Joshua Bennett. Remember, supporting big fisk is supporting small businesses. Silence is a virtue, Fisk, but you can't silence the truth. And the truth is, you're wrong when it comes to number 86. And $100 super chat at episode 51 says you're wrong about 86. I'm not afraid. Are you? Check this out, right? Shout out to Darius Slayton. He's a nice guy, bro. You know, Darius Slayton is a nice guy. He is. He's a nice guy. But by Thanksgiving, I'm sorry, Jalen Hyatt will be running all Darius Slayton routes. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell y'all. We didn't draft Jalen Hyatt to be a possession receiver like Isaiah Hodgins, did we? No. We didn't draft him to play the slot with Paris Campbell. No. What do we draft the fastest man on the planet to do? Oh, yeah. Run all those go routes to Darius Slayton be fucking dropping the past 4 years. That's what we signed him to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to tell you. Shout out to Darius Slayton, bro. He's a nice guy, but Jalen Hyatt was drafted to run all his routes. I don't know how else to say that. Shout out to HH Lunar. HAC Lunar says, Barry Mc who the fuck is that? I don't know who McConer is. Who the fuck is had us going 5-12 and the Eagles 15-2. Let me tell you something. The Eagles over under is at 11.5 right now. All right. Y'all know how I like to give y'all some free money, right? Now I like to give y'all some free money out here. Bet the under on the Eagles. The Eagles over under is at 11.5. Even if the Eagles have a good year and win 11 games, you still win your bet. Bet the Eagles under 11.5. Let me tell you something. They're going to lose to Kansas City. They're going to lose to the Giants. And they're going to lose to the Cowboys. And they might lose to Washington. Fuck. They might get 4 losses in the division alone. That automatically puts them at 13-4, right? That's 13-4. Let's say they split with every team in the division. That's 13-4. You really think they're going to beat Kansas City? No. That's 5 losses. Now they're 12-5. You really don't think they're gonna have one fluke loss? You really don't think they're gonna have one loss where they just don't have a good game? The referees fuck them. Somebody gets hurt. Anything can happen. That's 11-6 right there. There goes just 6 loss right there. Not including the Patriot game. You know Belichick about to be ready for. Bet the under on the Eagles. The Eagles' best case scenario is 11 wins. That's the best case scenario for the Eagles. Last year's schedule, the Eagles had the easiest schedule on the planet, bro. The Eagles had the easiest schedule on the planet last year. Their schedule is hard this year. It's hard. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I got the Eagles under 11.5, man. That's free money. That's free money. Shout out to my boy LA. Remember, supporting big fish is supporting small businesses. To be fair, Gettleman did give us Andrew Thomas on top of obviously DJ Saquon Dex McKinney, but he especially failed on free agency and getting the coaching staff right. And that's the thing, right? Dave Gettleman, all right, you know what Dave Gettleman is? LA, you know what Dave Gettleman is? Dave Gettleman is Wade Phillips. Dave Gettleman's Wade Phillips. Dave Gettleman is basically a modern day offensive or defensive coordinator playing head coach. You know, there's always been those coordinators that are just better off being coordinators. You never want to put a coordinator like Pat Shurmur. Pat Shurmur was better off being an offensive coordinator. He was never supposed to be a head coach. Ben McAdoo, better off being an offensive coordinator. He was never supposed to be a head coach. Wade Phillips, He is better off being a defensive coordinator. He wins Super Bowls when he's a defensive coordinator. As a head coach, he was terrible. You know what I'm saying? Some coaches are supposed to be coordinators. They're not supposed to be head coaches. Dave Gettleman is a scout. Dave Gettleman is the guy you hire to run your draft. That's it. Dave Gettleman was never supposed to be a general manager. Let's call it what it is. Dave Gettleman also drafted Graham Gano. He also drafted James Bradbury. Those are guys that he drafted in Carolina and brought to the Giants. So what I'm trying to say is, of course, Dave Gettleman built the Giants, but he's not a general manager, which is why he was never able to get the right head coach. He was never able to manage the salary cap. In order to be a good general manager, you have to be able to manage the salary cap, hire a great head coach, and once again, see 3 steps ahead. Dave Gettleman was never good at seeing 3 steps ahead, which is why we ended up in salary cap hell. He took the offer from the demon, he ate the forbidden fruit, and he fucked everything up. Bottom line. Just like some coaches are meant to be coordinators, some general managers were just meant to be fucking scouts. Dave Gettleman's one of them. You're looking at a guy who cut Steve Smith and traded Odell Beckham. What the fuck are we talking about? He ain't meant to be no damn GM. Shout out to Joshua Bennett. The satisfaction of being right is all I want back. Hey, look, man. I'm always right. You know, it's funny, right? So, on my other channel, I had said something about Dak. I said something about Dak, right? Like a year or two ago, I said something about Dak. I said eventually Jerry Jones is going to replace him. I said, you know, it's going to come a day where Jerry gets fed up with Dak not getting out the second round. And lo and behold, on Saturday, Jerry Jones trades for Trey Lance. And you got all these Cowboy fans in denial right now. Cowboy fans are saying, oh my gosh, Trey Lance can't beat Dak. Trey Lance isn't better than Dak. That ain't the point. The point is he was brought in to take Dak's spot if Dak fuck up. That's the point. He don't gotta compete with Dak. He don't gotta beat Dak out. Dak ain't gonna be here if he don't get out the second round. Jerry Jones is tired of losing in the second round. Bottom line, if Daniel Jones was on the Cowboys, they would have won a Super Bowl. Daniel Jones does everything Dak doesn't. Everything Cowboy fans want Dak to be, Daniel Jones is that. Daniel Jones does not turn the ball over, and he's clutch as fuck. That's all the Cowboys need Dak to be. No turnovers, be clutch. He can't do it. You mean to tell me Daniel Jones wouldn't have beat the 49ers in that play? The 49ers got held to 19 points. That Cowboy defense held the 49ers to 19 points. If you gave Daniel Jones, Gallup, CD, Dalton Schultz, and that offensive line, Daniel Jones getting you 21 points, bro. I don't give a fuck. There's no way Daniel Jones is losing to Brock Purdy if he has the Cowboys roster in that playoff game. There's no way, bro. There's just no way you could tell me that. The dude Dak threw 2 picks. He threw 2 picks versus the 49ers. It take Daniel Jones 10 games to throw 2 picks. Hold on, timeout. Whoa, wait a minute. Wait. Giants fans, Daniel Jones threw 5 picks, right? Can somebody in the chat tell me how many picks he threw versus the Lions? Didn't the majority of Daniel Jones picks come against one team? I could have sworn he threw like multiple picks versus the Lions. Like I said, I'm trying to run a stream right now. I can't check. But I'm convinced that Daniel Jones threw a majority of his picks versus the Lions and the Eagles. I think his picks came against like 2 teams. So if the guy throws 5 interceptions and a majority of that shit came against one team, that means the other like 15, 16 games, he's flawless. Let that sink in. The dude Dak Prescott threw a pick 6 a week for like 2 months. The fuck are we talking about, bro? Of course Jerry Jones is trying to replace him. Like, come on, man. Daniel Jones threw 2 picks versus the Lions, and we were stunned. We were in awe. We was like, what the fuck? Daniel Jones throw picks? We ain't know what it looked. We forgot what it looked like. I'm telling you, bro. Come on, man. Stop. The Cowboys are done, man. Like it's Hurts versus Jones. It's Eagles versus Cowboys for the next 10 years. It's Eagles versus Cowboys for the next 10 years, man. Like we good out here, bro. It's Eagles versus Cowboys for the next 10 years for the East. As simple as that. Shout out to Twist. Twist says Dable, Kafka, and DJ versus Dak and McCarthy. Bet the house on the Giants week 1. Honestly, I like it to sweep the Cowboys. Dak not facing weak rosters no more. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I kind of agree with that. I actually think the Giants are going to be better than the Giants. I'm going to say this, right? I'm going to say a bold prediction. If Jalen Hyatt is as good as advertised, the Giants would be the number 1 seed in the NFC. I'm going to say it again. If Jalen Hyatt is as good as advertised, the Giants will be the number 1 seed in the NFC because I think we're going to have a top 5 defense. Bro. I think we're going to have a top 5 defense. Oh, I said Eagles, Dallas. Nah, I meant Giants. Eagles. Jones, DJ versus Hurts. Danny versus Hurts for the next 10 years. My bad. Danny versus Hurts for the bro. Ain't nobody thinking about Trey Lance and Sam Howell. Okay, Sam Howell, Trey Lance, we not concerned. It's Jones versus Hurts for the next 10 years. But what I'm saying is this. The Giants are going to have a top 5 defense, right? Let's call that what it is. The Giants are going to have a top 5 defense. If Jalen Hyatt is as advertised, do y'all understand the damage that he's going to do just by running a post route? That means Saquon is going to have more room to run with. Darren Waller is going to have more room to run with. Paris Campbell is going to have more room to run with. Jalen Hyatt, if he's as good as advertised, is going to get Randy Moss, Tyreek Hill type attention. What I mean is you have to account for Jalen Hyatt's speed at all times. So if Jalen Hyatt is as good as advertised, smoking Sauce Gardner in preseason games and shit, if Jalen Hyatt is that good, we're going to be the number 1 seed in the NFC because we're going to have a top 5 defense and we're going to have a top 10 offense. This Giants offense is going to be murderer's row if Jalen Hyatt is as good as advertised because Saquon's going to get loose. Darren Waller's going to get loose. It's going to get ugly for fucking teams out there. It's going to get ugly. I'm telling you, if he's as good as advertised, we're the number 1 seed in the NFC. And y'all can clip this. You can download it, book it, share, do whatever y'all feel like doing. Big Fitz told y'all, Church of Giants, episode 8, 8:54 p.m. on August 28th. If Jalen Hyatt is as good as advertised, we will have the number 1 record in the NFC. Bottom line. Because we're going to have a top 5 defense. Saquon Barkley in the run game is already dominant. We proved that last year. Darren Waller is a proven top 3 tight end. All we're missing is that dominant vertical threat to open up the field for our weapons. If Jalen Hyatt is as good as advertised, we are going to fucking blow teams out of the fucking stadium. We're going to be dominant. Fuck good. If Jalen Hyatt is as good as advertised, we're going to be a dominant team because Wink Martindale and that defense is going to wreak havoc. Wink Martindale and that defense is going to wreak havoc. That boy Isaiah Simmons play every position on the damn defense. He can play linebacker, inside linebacker, safety. Isaiah Simmons, oh my fucking gosh, bro. Him next to a Akurike, we got the fastest linebacker core in the league, bro. Ojulari, Kayvon, Akurike, fucking Isaiah Simmons. Man, please. Please. and we got Dexter Lawrence and Leo in the middle. Come on, man. This defense is going to wreak havoc next season. Shout out to Big Blue. Big Blue says, man, I remember when we were starting Austin Mack and Dante Pettis at wide receiver. Those were the dark days. I forgot about that shit, right? So here's the thing, right? Everybody says, oh, Daniel Jones only threw 15 touchdowns. Or Daniel Jones only threw 10 touchdowns and shit. Like, bro, he was throwing to Austin Mack and Dante Pettis. I forgot about them little bums. He throwing to Austin Mack and Dante Pettis. Those are some of the receivers that Daniel Jones had to throw balls to, bro. Like, come on, man. Daniel Jones has been like, you ever see that meme on the internet? That meme of that it's a beat up house, right? This is meme on the internet. There's like this beat up house, and in the garage of the beat up house is a Lamborghini. That's Daniel Jones on the Giants, bro. I swear, bro. Like, that's been Daniel Jones on the Giants. Daniel Jones has been the Lamborghini in that beat up poor man house, bro. That's what Daniel Jones has been, bro. I wish I had the meme so I could put it on the big screen, but that meme is legendary. You got this ugly ass house, and in the garage is a fucking Lamborghini. That's Daniel Jones on the Giants. Daniel Jones on the Giants out here throwing the fucking David Sills, Dante Pettis, Austin Mack. Like, come on, bro. Stop. Just stop. Shout out to HHC Lunar. One day you got to go to line up Jason McIntyre. He's the biggest Giants hater right now. So smug and ruining the herd. See, here's the problem, right? Around the time that Jason McIntyre was on his bullshit, I was dealing with Saquon. That's the problem. So what happened was, around the time that Jason McIntyre was on that bullshit, I was dealing with Saquon, and training camp started. So I was more concerned with Jalen Hyatt tearing up training camp and Darren Waller tearing up training camp. I was more concerned with the Giants than Jason McIntyre. I just, because it, like, my problem, like, here's a problem with Jason McIntyre. Here's a problem. Like, who are you? You're a Jets fan. I can't take you serious. It's just, I can't. Jason McIntyre, I just can't take him serious, bro. Like, I put him in that same category as Jason Whitlock. Remember Jason Whitlock, fat ass Jason Whitlock? I put him in the same category I put Jason Whitlock in. Random ass motherfuckers that Colin Cowherd brings on his show. That's why I don't take Jason McIntyre serious. I just don't. He's a Jet fan. He's salty that the Giants won 4 Super Bowls and he ain't won shit. Like, if you're a Jet fan, right, here's the problem. And this is my beef with Jets fans. What year did the Jets win the Super Bowl? 1967, 1962, whatever the fuck, right? So, my problem with the Jets is this. It's 2003. It's 2023. Okay, Jets fans? It's 2023. That means your team has not won a Super Bowl in 56 years. 56 years. And it could be longer than that. Matter of fact, I got to Google it because now I'm curious. What year did the Jets win the Super Bowl? Jets won the Super Bowl 1969. The Jets won the Super Bowl 54 years ago. Think about that. 54 years ago. Jason McIntyre is what? Early 30s? Mid 30s? Jason McIntyre parents weren't even born when they won the fucking Super Bowl. Jets fans have grandparents that were not alive when the Jets won a Super Bowl. The Jets have not been to the playoffs in 13 seasons. 13 years. For as horrible as the Giants have been, let this sink in. I want y'all to let this sink in. For as horrible as the Giants have been, We won a Super Bowl in 2011, went to the playoffs in 2016, and won a playoff game in 2022. The Giants have had more success in the decade of hell than the Jets have had in the last decade. Let that sink in. So I can't take Jets fans serious when they run their mouth because they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. If you're a Jets fan, and I say this about the Cowboys too, right? Oh, and it's 9 o'clock. I got to drop my Cowboy video on my other channel. You know what I'm saying? Great transition. So let me go to my other channel. I got to drop this Cowboy video. So here's the thing, right? So here's what I'm trying to explain to Cowboy fans, right? Cowboy fans, 90% of y'all have not seen your team win a Super Bowl. The Cowboys ain't won a Super Bowl in what, 27, 28 years? Like 1995, 96. The Cowboys have not won a Super Bowl in about 26 years, right? So that's 26 years. Most Cowboy fans were not alive to see their team win a Super Bowl. They don't know what it looked like. Most Cowboy fans do not know what it's like to go to a parade. Most Cowboy fans do not know what it's like to wait 2 weeks to watch your team play a Super Bowl. They don't know what it's like. All right? Jets fans, you're even worse because at least the Cowboy fans, your dad saw them win a Super Bowl. Your big brother probably saw them win a Super Bowl. Your uncle probably saw them win a Super Bowl. You got VHS tapes of them winning a Super Bowl. At least you have it. At least you have that. If you're a Jet fan, you got to go to the fucking cemetery, light candles, and pray to a demonic spirit to get a story about what it looked like when your team won the fucking Super Bowl. Nobody alive was alive when they won the Super Bowl. If you're a Jets fan, how the fuck can you talk about winning the Super Bowl? How the fuck can you talk about great quarterback play? When the fuck have the Jets had a great quarterback? When the fuck have the Jets been favored to win a Super Bowl? When the fuck have the Jets ever experienced prosperity? How fucking dare them come out their fucking hole and talk shit about anybody because they got washed up Aaron Rodgers? What the fuck are we talking about? I mean, for real, at least the Bucks won a Super Bowl in 2002. So when the Bucks get Tom Brady, they can picture it. The Bucks fans know what it's like to win a Super Bowl. They won a Super Bowl in 2002. It's possible. The Bucks can see it. The Denver Broncos, when they get Peyton Manning, they got some Super Bowls with Elway in the 90s. They know what it looks like. They can see it. Jets fans, it was in black and white. Televisions had 3 channels the last time you fuckers won a Super Bowl. What the fuck are we talking about? I don't understand this shit. Jets fans ain't qualified to talk about Super Bowls because they ain't never fucking won. What the fuck are we talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know. You don't know. I just don't understand Jets fans when they talk about, man, we're Super Bowl favorites. We're going to do this and we're going to do that. No, you're not. That's like me. All right, look, right. I've never left the country. I have never left the country. That's like me. That's like me saying, yo, when I get to Egypt, I'm going to go here. When I get to Egypt, I'm going to go to this place. I'm going to go to that place. I'm going to hit up this joint over here. I ain't never fucking been to Egypt. What the fuck am I talking about? The fuck is wrong with these dudes, bro? Shit. Niggas done gone to fucking Mars 10 times over the last time they won a Super Bowl. Shit. I mean, damn. The fuck, bro? Shout out to, yo, check this out, right? The Celtics was winning fucking Bill Russell championships the last time they won a Super Bowl. Y'all ever talk? Yeah, that's how old they are, right? Y'all remember Bill Russell and the Celtics? Remember how the Celtics won like 13 championships or something crazy in the 60s? That's the last time they won a damn Super Bowl. Bill Russell, Bill Russell was playing basketball the last time they won a Super Bowl. That's how long it's been. The fuck are we talking about? The fucking Jets. Kiss my ass. Ain't got time for Jets fans. The fuck out of here, bro. James Bond was in theaters. I'm talking Sean Connery had black hair when and no wrinkles on his face the last time the motherfuckers was winning Super Bowls. The fuck are we talking about? The fucking Jets. Yeah, kiss my ass. Shout out to fucking Twist, bro. Twist says, man first went to the moon in 1960. Facts. Facts. We was trying to beat Russia to the moon last time they won a damn Super Bowl. I ain't got time, bro. We was literally trying to beat Russia to the moon last time they won a damn Super Bowl. I have not got time for Jets fans. I ain't got time for it, bro. I'm not trying to hear it. I am not trying to hear shit Jet fans got to say. I am not trying to hear it. I can't take you serious. I can't. You're not qualified to talk about Super Bowls. You're not qualified to talk about great quarter. That's another thing, right? That's another thing. Have you not learned from the past, Jets fans? Like, Jets fans, how did who's that bum who was on the Jets? The Chad Pennington. How did that work, Chad? How did it work? Chad Pennington, flop. Brett Favre, flop. Fitzpatrick, flop. What you think Aaron Rodgers gonna do? How many old and washed quarterbacks need to flop for the Jets until they realize that that it's not gonna work? Geno Smith, bust. Mark Sanchez, bust. Zach Wilson, bust. I mean, damn. It don't matter if you draft a quarterback. It don't matter if you sign somebody else's quarterback. Y'all will always fuck up the position. Y'all are the epitome of quarterback killers. Y'all are where quarterbacks go to die. Y'all are where quarterbacks go to die. Even the Chiefs got Patrick Mahomes. The Colts have experienced Peyton Manning. I mean, what the fuck, bro? Like, name one great quarterback that's played for the Jets. Name one. Name one great. At least the Washington Redskins had the first ever black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. I forgot his damn name, but the first ever black quarterback was on the fucking Redskins and won a Super Bowl. Name one quarterback of substance that the Jets have had in their entire existence. Name one. I'll wait. I will fucking wait. You could go down the list. The Chargers had Phillip Rivers. Now they got Justin Herbert. I mean, damn, even the Minnesota Vikings had Dante Culpepper, Fran Tarkenton. Kirk Cousins is better than everything. Kirk Cousins is better than every quarterback the Jets have ever had. Let's call that what it is. Yeah, shout out to Doug Williams. I think it was Doug Williams. The Giants had Phil Simms. The Giants had Y.A. Tittle. We had Eli Manning. We got Daniel Jones. Joe Namath is buns, bro. Joe Namath had more interceptions than touchdowns. Am I wrong? Let me make sure I'm not bullshit. I could have sworn that fucker Joe Namath had more interceptions than touchdowns. I'm trying to understand why Joe Namath is in the Hall of Fame. I could have sworn Joe Namath had more interceptions than touchdowns. Somebody in the chat go Pro Football Reference Joe Namath real quick. Because I could have sworn his stats was horrible. I could be wrong, but I could have sworn his stats were horrible. Where they at? Where Joe Namath at? Joe Namath was below 500. He was 60 and 61. He was below 500. Where that touchdown? There we go. He had 173 touchdowns and 220 interceptions. Jets. There you go. There you go, Jets fans. Congratulations. Congratulations, Jets fans. The greatest quarterback in the history of your putrid, pathetic, sorry-ass franchise had 47 more fucking picks than he did touchdowns. Congratulations. We in church. Hold on, where my bell at? Let me give y'all a bell. We in church. Let me ring the bell for y'all. Okay, there you go. There we go. Hold on, bro. I mean, for real, bro. Like, come on, man. Where my devil at? Where my demon at? Where the fuck is my demon at? Even my demon had to get a little laugh at on y'all, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro. I ain't got time for y'all. I ain't got fucking time for y'all. The fucking Jets fans. Y'all better leave me alone. I'm not the one. I am not the one. Y'all better leave Big Fisk alone. I am not the one. Y'all better go somewhere else with that shit. Fucking Jet fans running their damn mouth. I ain't got time, bro. Y'all leave me the fuck alone. Shout out to HHC Lunar. Jets fans think Jets Giants is a rivalry. Yo, what's the rivalry? What the fuck is the rivalry, bro? I'm sorry. Like, come on, man. Really? Oh my gosh. I don't understand. The Mets. The Mets are a competent franchise, right? See, here's the thing. Jets fans, you not the Mets. Jets fans, I'm going to say it again. You're not the Mets. The Mets have won World Series. The Mets have been to World Series. The Mets have been a competent franchise, okay? Y'all have not been that. Every Jets fan should be ashamed they're not a Giants fan. If you're not a Yankee fan and you want to root for the Mets, I get it. Okay, that's fine. You had Doc Gooden. You know what I'm saying? You had the Matt Harvey, DeGrom, Noah Syndergaard. I've seen the Mets be good in my lifetime. So I still think you're dumb. I still think you're dumb if you root for the Mets instead of the Yankees. But at least the Mets have had success. When it comes to the Jets, if you live in New York or New Jersey and you choose to root for the Jets over the Giants, you're a fucking dummy. You should be shot. You really should be shot, bro. Like, you deserve all the misery you get. You really deserve every little bit of misery you get because you didn't have to choose that lifestyle. You didn't have to fucking do it, bro. You didn't have to do the shit. I mean, damn. I don't know the fucking moving on. Shout out to Buddha. Buddha says, man said Bill Russell was in his prime the last time it just he was, bro. 1969, Bill Russell was in his prime, bro. Like, come on, man. Bill Russell was winning fucking NBA Finals games last time the Jets won a damn Super Bowl. Like, stop it. Stop it. 1969? My parents weren't even born in 1969. What the fuck are we talking about, bro? Shout out to Michael Pinkney. Remember, supporting Big Fisk is supporting small businesses. I ain't seen Michael in my stream in a minute. Yo, what's good, Michael? You ain't been in my streams in a minute. He says, what's up, Fisk? Been watching your content since 2019, and it always gets me through my day. My pops passed away 3 weeks ago, and watching your streams is helping me cope a bit. Keep dropping gems. Hashtag Fisk Unit. My condolences. Rest in peace to your pops, man. It's never easy losing a family member. It's never easy losing a parent, especially, you know what I'm saying? So, my condolences. And, like I said, that makes my day. Knowing that my content is helping somebody cope, making them laugh, giving them, a gem, whatever someone draws from my content, that makes me happy. That's why I do this. You know what I'm saying? That's why I do this. So I'm glad, Michael, that my content can help you get through a dark time. And just like when I lost my little brother, right? When I lost my little brother, it it's not something you're never really gonna get over it. It's something you learn to live with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't lost a parent, but when I lost my little brother, it's one of those situations where it's like I'm never gonna forget him. And that's the hard part. See, normally when somebody dies, like if a friend dies or maybe an aunt or uncle or cousin, somebody you're not that close with, when somebody passes away, you with time, you kind of move on. But the problem is when you lose somebody that close to you, that doesn't go away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate Halloween. Ever since my little brother passed away, I hate Halloween. The last time I saw my little brother alive was Halloween 2019. He died on November 1st. So now I hate Halloween. I dread October 31st every fucking year. October 31st and November 1st. I hate those 2 days on the calendar because the last time I saw my little brother alive was on Halloween. It was a rainy day. My mother was late picking him up for school. And the last thing I said to my little brother was, I gave him a hug and I was like, don't feel bad. My mom she used to be late getting me too. It's all good. Like I kind of cracked the joke with him. That's the last thing I said. I didn't see him the next day. He passed away early that morning. So it's just like, it's just certain things. It's just when you lose somebody close to you, you're just not gonna forget. You're never gonna get over it. You'll learn to live with it. Time heals all wounds, but it's hard, man. It's just certain things. It's just you can't shake it. You can't shake it. So, I miss my little brother, and I'm sure you miss your pops. But all you really can do is just remember the good times, or I try to block it out as much as I can. I try not to think about certain things. But I mean, everybody copes in their own ways, man. But you know what I'm saying? Keep your head up. Keep your head up, man. Shout out to Buddha. Buddha says, shout out to Paper Planes in New York. Hey, yo, look, man. You know what? Real quick, right? So, in New York, I got a question for my New Yorkers in the chat. I got a question real quick. So, Buddha made me think of something. Is Buffalo, New York? I'm curious. Is Buffalo, New York? Because I've heard Buffalo ain't New York, Albany not New York, Newburgh not New York. I heard if you ain't from like the 5 boroughs or like Long Island, I heard you not New York. This is what I've been told. I've been told if you not from the 5 boroughs, New York don't claim you. That's what I've been told. So I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Buddha just made me think about that. I'm curious. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I told people I had family in Newburgh, and they was like, "You from the sticks?" They call my family country. Oh, you from Newburgh? You ain't from New York. You from the country. I'm like, what the fuck? Huh? And like when I hear Buffalo never gets mentioned in New York. It's always the 2 New York teams. It's the Giants. It's the Jets. They never claim Buffalo. It's never the 3 New York teams. It's the 2 New York teams. So y'all not claiming Buffalo? Buffalo is Canada? Oh, wow. Oh, shit. Buffalo is Canada. I'm done. I'm fucking done. Oh, shit. I'm fucking crying, bro. I am crying. Oh shit! Shout out to my boy Jay, man. My boy Jay just told me about that shit too. Yo, Jay, what up, Jay? I can't with y'all, man. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah. Oh shit. I'm fucking crying, bro. I can't with y'all, man. That's crazy. I know one thing though. I can't wait for Daniel Jones versus Josh Allen later this season. I can't wait. I can't wait. Daniel Jones versus Josh Allen is must-see TV. I cannot fucking wait, bro. There's 3 games that we are playing next year. There's 3 games, not including the NFC East games, besides the NFC East, because obviously the NFC East is the NFC East. So besides the NFC East, right? I want to see Daniel Jones versus Josh Allen, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Definitely want to see Daniel Jones versus Josh Allen. All right. The next game I want to see is Daniel Jones versus that fucking Aaron Rodgers, because we need to shit on the Jets. I can't wait to shit on the Jets. I cannot fucking wait to shit all over the Jets. I cannot fucking wait. And then the next game I want to see is the Patriot game. I want to see the Patriot game because I feel like Daniel Jones has came so close. He's came so close to beating Belichick twice. He almost beat, no, not Belichick. It was Brady. He almost beat Brady his rookie year, and then he almost beat Brady when he was in Tampa. Remember when Daniel Jones threw the touchdown? They threw a flag on the 2-point conversion, and then they picked the flag up because God forbid a call go against Tom Brady. Y'all remember that shit? It was the pandemic year. Remember when Daniel Jones had that like 90-yard drive versus the Bucks? And on the 2-point conversion play, they threw a flag and picked it up and fucked us out of a game. Y'all remember that shit? Nah, yo, bro, I swear, bro. Being a Giants fan has been hell the past couple years. I swear, bro. So, like, I want to see him versus Belichick. I want to see him versus Rodgers. And I want to see him versus Josh Allen. And obviously, versus the Cowboys and the Eagles. But like I said, bro, the Cowboys and the Eagles are in our division, so that don't count. But I got a lot of money on Daniel Jones versus the Eagles. I got $100 bet with Lord Brunson. And then shout out to my boy Anthony, the general manager of my gym. I got a bet with him that if the Eagles win, I got to work out in a Jeremiah Trotter jersey. So I got to go to the gym and work out in an Eagle jersey of his choosing. But if the Giants win, in his office, he has a Eagle flag. Like he has this big ass Eagle flag in his office. And I told him, if the Giants win, I get the fucking videotape tearing that shit down. So when the Giants beat the Eagles, I'm going to the gym during the day, which is something I never do. Y'all know Big Fist. I go to the gym 2:33 in the morning to get my shit in. That's when Big Fist goes to the gym. I'm on vampire time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna actually show up to the gym during regular business hours, and I'm gonna have my camera on, and I'm gonna record myself ripping that motherfucking flag off the wall, and I'm gonna A-Town stomp that motherfucker when I'm done. And I'm gonna record it, and I'm gonna put it on this channel for all of y'all to see. Okay? I'm gonna show y'all how to handle these punk ass Eagle fans. I'm a real Giants fan. I'm not like the rest of these Giants content creators that's all peaceful and civilized and decent human beings. I'm a fucked up nigga. I ain't got time for that civilized shit. Okay? Just as rude and disrespectful as Eagle fans. I ain't got time to be all peaceful and civilized or politically correct. Nah, fuck that. I'm thinking about pissing on a Dawkins jersey this season too. I'm going all out to disrespect. Matter of fact, if we beat the Eagles, I'm gonna take Lord Brunson's $100. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm making it known now. This is what I'm gonna do. If I win my bet with Lord Brunson, if I win my bet and the Giants beat the Eagles in December, if I win that bet, I'm gonna take the $100 that Lord Brunson pays me. I'm gonna buy a Dawkins jersey, and it has to be Brian Dawkins because he's the only Eagle that I know they love. They love Brian Dawkins. They love Brian Dawkins. I'm gonna get a Dawkins jersey, and I'm gonna piss on that shit on camera. I'm gonna piss on the no. I'm gonna set it on fire. Fuck that. Because if I can't post me pissing on it on YouTube. I'm gonna set that motherfucker on fire. And I'm gonna make it a short. I'm gonna put it on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I'm putting it on Twitter. I'm going to videotape myself setting a Dawkins jersey on fire when we beat the Eagles. I'm going all in. I ain't got time, bro. I'm going all the way the fuck in. I'm not with the bullshit. I'm not fucking playing with y'all. Leave me alone. Leave Big Fisk alone. He's not with the bullshit. I'm not with the bullshit. Shout out to Jamil. R.I.P. Bray Wyatt. Glad I got to see him rest. Rest in peace to Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt inspired a lot of the artwork on my channel. Rest in peace to Bray Wyatt. I always love Bray Wyatt. A lot of the artwork on my channel was inspired by Bray Wyatt because if you remember, I was more the hip hop. route. So when I first started doing Fist Vegas, I had the ski mask. You know what I'm saying? It was more ski mask and shit like that. And then I kind of got inspired by Bray Wyatt. He had the Fiend, and he was doing the Eater of Worlds and shit like that. And then I kind of came up with the Fist Vegas shit. Now, granted, I was blessed enough to find that mask. Like, that mask is real. For those of y'all who follow me on Twitter, yeah, I posted picture. The mask that you see on your screen right now, that's a real mask. Now, I'm still working on it. I'm still making tweaks to it and things of that nature, but that's a real mask. That's real. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Bray Wyatt. I really, really miss him as far as his character and what he brought to the WWE. So, a lot of the artwork on my channel was definitely inspired by Bray Wyatt. He definitely was an inspiration to me, and my condolences to his family. JoJo, he had kids and everything. My condolences to Bray Wyatt, man. 36 is too young, bro. I'm only 34. He's 2 years older than me. So, you know what I'm saying? My condolences. And rest in peace to Terry Funk. Terry Funk passed away. He old as fuck. Terry Funk lived a good life. I'm sorry. Him and Bob Barker have nothing to complain about. I'm sorry. Terry Funk was like 80. Bob Barker was fucking 99. When you that old and die, at that point, bro, they might be happy to die. I'm sorry. When you that old, you really might just be. When you reach a certain age and all your friends done died, your parents done died, your brothers and sisters done fucking died. Most of the people in your life done probably died. If you Bob Barker and you 99 years old, a majority of the people in your life done probably fucking died already. If you Terry Funk, a majority of the people in your life done fucking died already if you live to be 80 years old. I'm sorry, but a piece of me is feel like they in a better place. If you 80, 90 years old, when you finally die, bro, you probably ready to go. You probably close your eyes every night. Yo, God, can you hurry up? Can you come get me, God? I mean, can you come get me, God? Can I come to the pearly gates already? I'm just saying. I mean, I'm being. This is satire, of course. This is satire, of course. I'm saying, but I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the dead or anything. But I'm saying, bro, I already told people, like, I look, the minute I can't wipe my own ass and feed myself, I'm ready to die. I'm calling God, bro. The minute Big Fish gotta hire somebody to wipe his ass and feed him food, I am ready to go. I'm ready to go. That's my rule. If I cannot wipe my ass, if I cannot feed myself, come get me. Please come get me. Send me to the pearly gates. All right. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna be one of these dudes getting his ass wiped, walking around in diapers, eating through straws. That's not gonna be me, bro. It's not. The minute I cannot take care of myself, I'm going into the safari and I'm fighting Mufasa. I ain't got time, bro. Fuck that. If I cannot wipe my ass, if I cannot eat my own food, I'm going to the jungle and I'm finding Mufasa and I'm fighting to the death. I'm fighting to the. If I can't find Mufasa, I'm going to the fucking. I'm going to find Yogi Bear or something. I ain't got time, bro. Fuck that shit. I'm going out like a G. I'm gonna go find me a lion, a bear. I'm gonna go wrestle an anaconda. I'm getting the fuck up out of here, bro. Yeah, I'm going to Antarctica so I can get sniped by the CIA or something. Yeah, fuck that shit. I ain't gonna be out here living like no vegetable. You can kiss my ass. Shout out to Nino Raw. Nino Raw says over under Giants total sacks as a team. Ooh, okay. So let's think about this. Okay, so I'm gonna assume everybody's healthy. So let's just assume everybody's healthy. Let's go 12 for Kayvon and 15 for Ojolari. So that's 27. 12 for Kayvon, 15 for Ojolari. All right. And then yo, y'all stupid. Yo, y'all crazy in the chat, bro. Chat going crazy right now. Yo, Fist Vegas versus Cocaine Bear. I'm fucking done, bro. I'm fucking done. But nah, so we got 15 for Ojolari, 12 for Kayvon. That's 27. Let's say Leonard Williams get about 6. That's 33. I'm going to give 7 to Dexter Lawrence. That's 40. So we're at 40. Okay, so we're at 40 between Dexter, Leo, Kayvon, Ojolari. I'm going to give about 5 more to Isaiah Simmons, so that's 45. Let's give another 5 to Curicate, so that's 50. That's 50. Now, Wink Martindale likes to blitz safeties and corners. So let's say we get another like 5 from the defensive backs. That's 55. Now, Jihad Ward is good for like 2, like Donnie said. So that's about 57. That's about 57. So I'm gonna go ahead and say I'll say 55 sacks. I'll say 55. If 50 sacks, I'll say, matter of fact, I'll go with 50 sacks. I'm gonna go with 50 sacks. So if I said 57 sacks is the max, I'll set the over under at 50. I'll set the over under at 50 for sacks on the Giants. So yeah, 50. There we go. 50. There we go. 50. That's what I would set the over under at. Shout out to Ronald Rawlings. He says, we smoking the biggest DJ hater. He goes by the name of Jeffrey. Who the fuck is it? Jeffrey A? He been hating since day one. He hasn't changed one bit. He could swallow a cock hole. So check this out, right? I don't even know who he is, but he's sucking my dick. All right, fuck him. All right, he hating on Danny. I got smoke with all Daniel Jones haters. You know what I'm saying? Real quick. So, do y'all know who Cowboy Fan Talk is? My man, Mr. Rome. So, shout out to my guy, Mr. Rome, right? My boy, Cowboy Fan Talk. He's a cowboy YouTuber, right? Shout out to Mr. Rome. So, I'm DMing me. We arguing in the DMs. We going back and forth, right? You know, he really got me arguing with him about whose supporting cast was worse between Dak Prescott and Daniel Jones. I don't know how the hell he Jedi mind tricked me into debating him about who's starting whose weapons was worse. I cannot believe I got into an argument with a Cowboy fan about who had a worse starting cast between Daniel Jones and Dak Prescott. I don't know how the fuck it happened, but somehow, some way, he had me really debating him about why Daniel Jones had a worse cast around him than Dak Prescott. He was like, Dalton Schultz is trash. Michael Gallup was hurt. All he had was CeeDee Lamb. Ezekiel Elliott was washed. I'm like, wait a fucking minute. I had to stop myself. I was like, bro, Daniel Jones' best receiver was Isaiah Hodgins, who got cut from the Bills practice squad. We are not the same. I'm not doing this with you, right? I had to stop. I said, bro, we're not having this conversation no more, bro. I had to stop myself. You ever been in an argument with somebody? You ever been debating somebody and you just had to just stop in the middle of the argument and just dead the whole conversation? Like, bro, we're not having this fucking, like, you be arguing with your girlfriend or something like that, and you know your girlfriend just saying dumb shit, and you just like, look, we're not doing this. You just say, yo, we ain't doing this. I was like, there's no fucking way I'm about to sit here and get into a debate with whose weapons was worse between Daniel Jones and Dak Prescott. If you put Daniel Jones on the Cowboys, they winning that damn Super Bowl, bro. There's no fucking way, bro. There's just no fucking way. There's no fucking way, bro. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not fucking doing it, bro. I'm not. I almost did it. I almost fell for the trap. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Rome, man. If you y'all go sub up my man Rome, bro. Cowboy fan talk. He's probably the best cowboy YouTuber. I give him that. He's probably the best cowboy YouTuber, but he's bugging. He really almost tricked me into having that debate. He almost did it. I had to pause. I had to stop myself. He almost tricked me into doing that shit. Almost. But shout out to Jacob. He says, has Antichrist ever apologized for never telling? No, no, and I don't even care. I really don't care, bro. Like at that point, like, man, what's done is done. I'm so happy. I've got Ron Effect and Cop Pizzle as my co-host, man. Everything happened the way it was supposed to happen, bro. Remember I talked about timing in my first message and what's meant for you. You know what I'm saying? You'll get it when you're ready. Well, I wouldn't trade Pizzle and Ron for the world, man. I'm so happy I have the Giants outsiders. That's what was meant to be. That's what was supposed to happen. I was never supposed to be friends with Antichrist. I was never supposed to do shows with that light skinned, skinny punk bitch with the yellow hoodie. I was never supposed to collab with those dudes. It was always supposed to be me, Ron, Pizzle. We're the outsiders. And that's just how it was supposed to go, man. Like, so everything happens for a reason. Everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. And I'm cool with that. Shout out to Nino Raw. Nino Raw says, hot take. I think Simmons will have more sacks than Kayvon. That's definitely a hot take. That's definitely a hot take. I mean, look, the dude Simmons was a top pick in the draft. It's not like Simmons is a bump. So I mean, look, I think Kayvon gonna have about 11, 12 sacks. So if Isaiah Simmons has more sacks than Kayvon, then I'll take that. I'll take that because like I said, I think Kayvon's getting double-digit sacks. So if Isaiah Simmons can get double-digit sacks, I'll take it. I'll take that. That's a W. In my book, that's a W. I'm not against it. Shout out to HHC Lunar. HHC Lunar says, saw the new undisputed lineup today. Can't wait to see the new undisputed lineup at the Cowboys. Yo, you know what? Real quick, right? So Skip Bayless, he normally debates Stephen A. and he debates Shannon Sharp, right? So we know Shannon Sharp hates the Cowboys. Stephen A. Smith hates the Cowboys. It makes for good television because you got Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless is the biggest Cowboy fan in the world. So it makes good television when he argues against Shannon and Stephen A. The problem is Keyshawn Johnson and Michael Irvin are fucking Cowboys. They're Cowboys. So it's like, it's either good when the Cowboys win, they're going to be insufferable. The whole show is just going to be Cowboy dick sucking. And then when the Cowboys lose, it's going to be three grown ass men sitting at the table bitching about Dak Prescott can't get it done. I mean, there's not going to be no. I mean, look, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it because Skip Bayless makes good shows. I mean, Undisputed is better than First Take. Undisputed has always been better than First Take. I don't really like First Take. I think First Take is just bad television. It's not organized. There's no real rhythm or flow to the show. They talk too much. Their jokes don't never hit. Nobody fucking cares about Stephen A. Smith asking people what they wearing. Molly Karam talking about random shit. Nobody fucking cares. I really don't like First Take. I prefer Undisputed. So I'm gonna watch the show. Definitely gonna watch the show. But yes, Jay, that's a real mask. That's a real mask, Jay. That's actually a real mask. If I turn my camera on, that's definitely a real mask. But shout out to Giants Mafia. Fisk, I need some advice. I'm moving into a I'm moving on to bigger things now in the Marines, but I still have thoughts about my old girl. I left her to join. Um, okay. So if you okay, so here's the deal. If you broke up with her because you wanted to join the military, you got to hold that L because you left her. So if you left her because you wanted to join the military, you depending on how much you liked her, you got to hold that L. You got to hold that L. You chose your career over your girl. You did that. So you got to hold that L. But if she broke up with you on some ultimatum shit, like, cause women love to give ultimatums. Women love making you choose them or some other shit. It could be anything. A woman could come to you and say, "It's me or 2K. It's me or Madden. It's me or your friends. It's me or the gym." Women love to give men ultimatums. So if you chose to go to the Marines instead of being with her because she wanted to give you an ultimatum, then I understand that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta move on. You shouldn't feel bad or miss a woman that you had to stand your ground on. You know what I'm saying? Because she did that shit. She made you choose between her and your career. You didn't do that. But on the flip side, if you decided to leave her so you can go to the Marines and she didn't want to leave you, then you gotta hold that L. You gotta feel that pain because you probably should have kept her. If she was down to be loyal to you and wait on you while you pursue your career, then and you broke up with her anyway, then you gotta hold that. You gotta hold that. But like I said, if it was the opposite and she was on some bullshit, then you gotta move on. You gotta move on. Women are always gonna be complicated. It's never gonna be simple with women. It's never gonna be simple. All right, it's never gonna be simple. But that's my 2 cents on the situation without knowing the details. Without knowing the details, Giants Mafia. That's my 2 cents on the situation. Yeah, what like women, bro. Look, I'm just gonna be honest with y'all, bro. Women are just. I love women. See, here's the thing, right? I love women. I've always been good with women. I've always been good with women. So I mean, I can't. You're not gonna hear me complain too much about women. I have my moments where I hate females, but for the most part, I've always been good with girls. So I really don't complain about girls much. But what I will say is this: nothing is more time consuming than a fucking woman, bro. Nothing is more time consuming and energy draining than dealing with a woman. I go ahead and admit that. Which is why I just never understood how dudes can have more than one girl. I never understood it. Like, it's one thing if you paying for pussy. Like if you got a couple of girls that you pay to fuck, okay, that's different. But if you got like 3 or 4 girlfriends and you texting these bitches and going on dates and you could keep up with all the dumb shit that they say, because women are gonna test you. Women are going to test you to see if you're paying attention to what the fuck they be talking about. Could you imagine having to pretend to listen to 4 or 5 different girls' problems? I've never been the guy to have a bunch of girls. I can't keep up with them. I can't. I got more shit to do. I got money to make. But to all the dudes out there who got a rotation of women, how the fuck do you keep up with all the bullshit they tell you? I can barely remember the shit that my girl say now. I could barely remember the shit. She be bitching and I be trying to remember what the fuck she bitching about. So if you got like 3, 4, 5 girls in your rotation and you texting these girls regularly, how the fuck do you remember what the fuck they talking about? I mean, damn, bro. I never understood that shit. I mean, God bless, but damn. I never understood that, bro. I can't, bro. I can't. But yeah, good point, Giants Mafia and Godson. Yeah, good point. Because if you in the military and you going away for a couple months at a time, or you getting deployed, she really might get fucked. She might be getting fucked by the Amazon driver. So yeah, you made the right choice, Giants Mafia. The last thing you need is you being overseas or some shit and your girl getting her back blown out by the UPS driver. That's the last thing you need, bro. I'm just gonna be honest with you. The fucking pool boy gonna be fucking your wife, bro, and you gonna come home shoot like 10 niggas. I'm just saying, bro. Especially you a Marine. You trained to kill people too? Nah, the last thing we need is Giants Mafia coming home shooting the Amazon driver, the mailman, the fucking DoorDash dude getting shot the fuck up too because he might have fucked once or twice. That's the last thing we need is Giants Mafia coming home spraying shit up because this girl wanted to be a hoe. We don't need that shit. You made the right decision. You made the right decision, Giants Mafia. You don't need them problems, bro. You made the right decision. Shout out to Jacob Fisk in Miami. Could you get my dad laid? He's 47. I mean, well, can I get him laid? I can get any dude laid, but I mean, technically yes. I'm just gonna go technically yes. I can get any dude laid. Yeah, technically yes. I can get any dude laid. I mean, Miami. I don't live in Miami. I will be in Miami for the Dolphin game. So your best chance to meet me in person will probably be at the Dolphins game. Because I will be in Miami for the Dolphins game. I will be there. So, no mask, no nothing. I will be showing my face at the Dolphins game. So October 8th, I will be in Miami for the Dolphins game. And I can't wait. I'm looking forward to seeing Daniel Jones, Saquon, and Jalen Hyatt. I'm looking forward to seeing my Giants play in person. I'm looking forward to that. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to that. So I mean, but like I said, I can get any guy laid, but not that weekend, because that weekend I'm spending time with family. I ain't really gonna be. Nah, not in Miami. No. I'm not. I can't get nobody laid in Miami because I don't live in Miami. Now, Carolina, I can fuck with you. Carolina, let me get you laid. But Miami, I'm visiting Miami. Hey, yo, Donnie, shut your fat ass up. Okay, Donnie? Take your fat ass back into the kitchen and don't come out till I say so. All right, go cook some. All right, fucking Donnie always talking shit. Your fat ass out here looking like Kirby. Fucking Donnie out looking like a Teletubby or some shit like that. I ain't got fucking time, bro. But anyway, this has been episode 8 of the Church of Giants, the season premiere. I hope y'all enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a lot funner during the regular season when we got games to recap. That's why I chose to do it on Monday. I chose to do Church of Giants on Monday so we could talk about the games, because most games is on Sunday, obviously. So you know what I'm saying? During the season, we gonna have we could talk about the games and we could recap the game and stuff like that. So it's gonna get funner as the season goes on. I hope y'all enjoy my messages. Like I said, my messages are universal. You can apply these the all facets of your life. But anyway, I will see y'all on Wednesday, 8 o'clock, for the Giants Outsiders. Until then, I love y'all. Y'all be safe. Hold on. I gotta make sure I do this right. Wait a minute. Where my bell at? Now I podcast.